Before we begin the story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional, life-changing stories that will touch your heart and make you think twice about what truly matters in life. Now, let's begin. Everyone in the city knew Mr. Raymond Cole, a self-made millionaire, owner of a chain of luxury hotels, and a man who trusted no one. His mansion on the hill was filled with wealth, marble floors, golden chandeliers, and a safe so large it looked like a vault from a bank. But behind all that luxury, there lived a man haunted by loneliness and fear that everyone around him only cared for his money. That's why, one morning, he decided to set a trap, a cruel one. He had recently hired a maid named Elena, a humble woman in her late 20s. She had come from a small town, always polite, soft-spoken, and with tired but kind eyes. She worked silently, cleaning his mansion from dawn till dusk, never complaining even when Mr. Raymond scolded her for the smallest things. He couldn't understand how she stayed so calm. One evening, while reviewing security footage in his private office, he got an idea. If she's like everyone else, he muttered to himself, she'll show her true colors soon. The next morning, before leaving for a business trip, he left his safe door wide open, stacks of cash and jewelry glittering under the light. Hidden cameras were placed everywhere. His plan was simple: tempt her, catch her stealing, and fire her. He even told his driver, "By tonight, I'll prove she's just another thief." But what Elena did that day would leave the millionaire in tears. It was a quiet morning. Elena arrived early, as always. She wore her simple gray uniform, her dark hair tied neatly in a bun. When she entered Mr. Raymond's study, her eyes immediately caught the sight of the open safe. For a moment, she froze. She looked around, confused. "Sir?" she called softly, but there was no answer. The house was empty. She took a step closer, her eyes fixed on the piles of cash and gold watches lying open before her. Any other person might have been tempted. But instead of touching anything, she took a deep breath, pulled a chair closer, and sat down, not to rest, but to write a note. Hours later, when Mr. Raymond returned early from his trip, he rushed to the study, excitement and suspicion burning in his eyes. He opened his laptop and played the footage, only to see Elena enter the room, stare at the safe, and write something. His heart pounded as he watched her fold the paper neatly and place it inside the open safe before closing it carefully. He stormed to the safe, trembling as he pulled out the small note. It read, "Sir, I think you forgot to close your safe. Don't worry, I've cleaned around but didn't touch anything. Money can be earned again, but trust once lost, never returns. Have a good day." For the first time in years, Mr. Raymond's eyes filled with tears. He sat down slowly, holding that small piece of paper as if it were the most precious thing he owned. His plan, built out of mistrust, had backfired in the most beautiful way. He replayed the footage again and again, unable to believe her honesty. The next morning, he called Elena to his office. She walked in nervously, thinking she had done something wrong. But instead of anger, she saw something new in his eyes: kindness. "Why didn't you take anything?" he asked quietly. She looked surprised. "Because it's not mine, sir. My mother always said, even if you're poor, never let your heart be." He was silent for a long time before speaking again. "Elena, do you have children?" Her eyes softened. "Yes, sir. A little boy. He's 7. I'm saving up to send him to school." Mr. Raymond looked down, guilt washing over him. This woman he had doubted, this woman who cleaned his floors every day, had a heart richer than all the money in his mansion. That evening, he called her again and handed her a letter. She opened it. It was a scholarship certificate for her son to study at the best school in the city. Tears filled her eyes. "I don't deserve this, sir," she whispered. "You deserve much more," he replied softly. "You reminded me what real wealth is." From that day forward, Mr. Raymond changed. He treated his staff with respect, often visiting Elena's son's school to see his progress. The millionaire who once built walls around his heart had finally found trust again, not in money, but in people. And whenever guests admired his mansion, he would smile and point to a small framed note on his desk, the same one Elena had written that day. He would say, "That note is worth more than everything in my safe. Before you go, remember this, honesty may not make you rich, but it will make you priceless." If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories that remind us what truly matters in life.